Well, hello! Welcome back to my channel. My name is Agnes and welcome to the beginning of Vlogmas. Special Vlogmas, which is going to be, of course, showing some festive things, my and our everyday life, as well as talking about something very important in every video, every Vlogmas video, because this Vlogmas is preparing to live in difficult times, so it's going to be both festive and deep. You might be surprised about the weather. It's around 13 degrees Celsius, but very sunny. I'm not filming this on the 1st of December, so we are like around 20th of November right now. I want to have Vlogmas a few times a week, and I wanted to film like the first week in the end of November. So the weather might be different on the 1st of December. I'm on the balcony. Do you see this? And we had our first week with our little boy, Safrush, here. So it's been a whole week since I last filmed when we arrived here. I didn't film anything. I wanted to have... We needed some time to adapt, all the three of us. It's been quite tough, to be honest. Yeah, we had some incidents with peeing inside. He's also like destroyed, not destroyed, but like ripped some of our carpets and some other stuff, but we are trying to hide everything that could be valuable to us. He has his toys to chew on. But yes, it's been tough. We need to go out with him around 5 to 6 times a day, so every 2 or 3 hours. So we haven't had any peeing incidents for the last 2-3 days with this schedule of going out 5-6 times a day, but he's loving it. And I'm loving it to wake up and hear him snoring. I have been sleeping quite badly, but I was able to take a few naps. He's found something new to rip apart. Yeah, the apartment is a little bit messy. I washed my hair, and this morning we've already been out twice. Once Bola went out with him and once me. Bola went out for a little longer, I went for a very short, but I'm going to take you for a long walk later and take you with me. 2 walks. I also was in the church to celebrate Holy Mass. It's a weekday, but I wanted to. And yes, I'm very happy. I'm not working at the moment. It wouldn't be possible to go out so many times. I'm taking the majority of the walks with him. Sometimes we go together with my husband, sometimes he takes him alone, so I have some alone time, some me time. It is similar to having a bigger child, to be honest. A lot of work. We are out on a walk. We are going to the library. I want to borrow a book, which I'm also going to show you later. It might be interesting for my Polish subscribers, this book. And I went quickly to the grocery store to buy sausage that was missing, that we didn't have at home for our dinner, with the zucchini or courgette, which you could have seen. I filmed small clips. Everything was on sale, and I also bought some dog food. We do give him real meat with barley most often, sometimes cheese, but it was on sale, and we do give him treats when he's behaving well and when he's doing the things we would like him to do. It is much better. He's listening to us much more and reacting to some commands and so on, but he has extreme anxiety when we leave. So my husband is sleeping at home and I left to the grocery store, and Safrush woke him up whining and barking because I was gone. He's quite behaved on the leash, although of course he wants to be free and run around, and we do let him from time to time in some more secluded areas. And I am a little stressed how he will react when I will tie him at the library just for a few minutes, but he will get a treat after I come back. I have to tie him very, very hard. Let's talk about Vlogmas preparing for very difficult times and about Vlogmas in the end times. And I want to talk about today's topic, which is sacrifice. I do think we still have a few years before the shit will hit the fan, so to speak. But nonetheless, time is up. The life that we are used to. And I want to stress the importance of sacrifice in your personal life, sacrifices for other people, sacrifices for God. Now it's like the last hour, these last few years or the last years, we have the chance to make those sacrifices. After that there won't be, we'll all live in some kind of crazy world with persecution and so on. So now is the time to make sacrifices. And what kind of sacrifices do I mean? I mean sacrifices for your family, even though you have no desire to do some things, to do it anyway. Only because you love someone doesn't mean that you have the desire or that you want to go the extra length or get up or cook or even for your pets, go out for a walk 6 times a day. But for your family especially, marriages need a lot of sacrifices. Being a parent need a lot of sacrifices. So what I want to say is that I want to encourage you, and also speaking for myself, to make sacrifices. Now it's the time to make sacrifices. Also to not be caught by surprise when hard times, really, really hard and difficult times will arrive pretty soon, I believe. Not to be surprised and to be able to live through those hardships, because in those hard times we will all be making huge sacrifices. There might not be all the necessities, all the luxuries that we are used to. We might not have the things we need to. There might be a lot of things. And anyway, even if there wouldn't be, now I think it's the time to make sacrifices. So even if you don't feel for it, because there's this notion that you have to feel it, or I'm only going to pray or go to the church if I feel it. No, you go, you make sacrifices, you do it out of love. You pray, you go to the Holy Mass, you do good things towards other people, not necessarily because you feel it or want it, but because you do it out of love. You don't have to feel it, you just do it. And we will all see the fruits of those hard labors in the other life. And many of us already need to do sacrifices. Because we might not afford something, or we're used to do something that we cannot longer. Some people have been ostracized for not being jabbed. People who are Christians or right-wing are laughed at in the mass media. There are already many sacrifices. People are making and experiencing hardships. So I want to say, don't give up. Continue, make sacrifices, even if you don't feel for it, you have no desire, just do it, because that's the most important thing. Not to make yourself happy right now, even if it's also important to take care of yourself, to make yourself happy, but try to make God happy, try to make other people happy by making sacrifices. We were successfully in the library, but I didn't leave him and tie him because he was terrified. A lady offered to hold him until I borrowed my books, and he was like looking after me. He was quite stressed, but not as he would be if I tied him. I am honestly, I don't know how to do that, how it's going to work. I think we need to do all the errands without him in the future, or maybe it will take some time and he will learn. I wanted to start off vlogmas on a festive note, so I went to a coffee shop with Safruś inside. He went with me inside, and I have an iced cappuccino with some festive spices. I also had pumpkin cake. Later, already dark outside, and I wanted to show you the book that I borrowed. It's a like Polish classic for teenagers. I read the whole series when I was a teenager, and later I think I reread it several times, but I haven't read in a long time those books. And I don't have them. I think my brother has all these books, and somewhere he cannot find them. So recently I downloaded and I read one in the series online, but I wanted to borrow another one. And I picked those two that were my favorite in the whole series. So I read Tomek na tropach Yeti, which is the adventures of Tomek in the land of Yeti, of Bigfoot. And now I borrowed Tajemnicza wyprawa Tomka, which is the secret trip of Tomek, which also like talks about communism. It had a lot of really like adventurous vibes. Both of those books take place in winter, and they talk about the adventures of a young adult, young boy, Tomek, his adventures, and in different faraway countries like with Bigfoot or here in Siberia. So yeah, very fitting for this season. Also, if you are still watching, do make sure you have subscribed to my channel.